everyone. In this lecture, we'll be discussing few problems based on sampling. The first question, determine the Nyquist rate corresponding to each of the following signals. So the first signal given is x of t is equal to sine 200 pi t, and when we are given questions like this, you'll be given different signals of sinusoidal signals, square, cube, or those sinusoidal signals, and those signals first you have to express as sine or a cosine function, and then you have to find the highest frequency component present in the signal. In this question, the first question, x of t is sine 200 pi t. Therefore, this is of the form x of t is equal to sine omega 1 t, and omega 1 comparing it is equal to 200 pi, and in terms of frequency f1 it is equal to 100. The relation is omega equal to 2 pi f, therefore we can say f1 is equal to 100, and we know by sampling theorem the Nyquist rate is omega s is equal to twice the highest frequency present in the signal, and therefore it is 2 omega 1 equal to 400 pi, and fs is equal to 2 f1 equal to 200 hertz. Okay, now the second question given us x of t is equal to sine square 200 pi t. The first step is we have to express this signal as either a sine or a cosine function, and we know sine square theta is equal to 1 by 2 into within bracket 1 minus cos 2 theta. So when we express in that form, we get it as 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2 cos 400 pi t. Now x of t is of the form a constant minus a constant into cos omega 1 t, and we are interested in this omega 1. Okay, omega 1 on comparing we get it as 400 pi, or f1 equal to 200. Therefore the Nyquist rate omega s is equal to 2 omega 1 equal to 800 pi, or fs is 2 f1 equal to 400 hertz. Okay, in the next question it is x of t is 1 plus cos 200 pi t plus sine 400 pi t. See, we have x of t is sum of three different signals. First one is a constant, second and third two sinusoidal signal. So in that case we have omega 1 as 200 pi, omega 2 as 400 pi, and the highest frequency component present is omega max equal to omega 2 equal to 400 pi, or f max is equal to 200. Therefore the Nyquist rate is given by omega s is equal to 2 omega max, which is 800 pi, or fs is equal to 400. Okay, now the next question is x of t is equal to cos 150 pi t into sine 100 pi t, and this is of the form cos a sine b, and we can expand it as 1 by 2 into sine a plus b minus sine a minus b, and when we expand we get it as 1 by 2 sine 250 pi t, which is a plus b into a plus b, minus 1 by 2 sine 50 pi t. Okay, so omega 1 is equal to 250 pi and omega 2 is equal to 50 pi. Therefore, the maximum frequency present in the signal x of t is omega max equal to omega 1 equal to 250 pi, or f max equal to 125. Therefore, the sampling frequency omega s is equal to 2 omega max equal to 500 pi, or fs equal to 2 f max equal to 250 hertz. Okay, the next question, E is x of t equal to cos cube 200 pi t, and we know cos cube theta is 1 by 4 into 3 within bracket 3 cos theta plus cos 3 theta. Therefore we get it as 3 by 4 cos 200 pi t, 200 pi t is theta, plus 1 by 4 cos 600 pi t. Okay, and here again this is of the form of sum of two sinusoidal signal, and omega 1 and omega 2. Omega 1 is obtained as 200 pi and omega 2 is 600 pi. Therefore, the maximum frequency value is 600 pi, or f max equal to 300. Therefore, Nyquist rate is twice omega max, which is equal to 1200 pi, or fs equal to 2 f max equal to 600 hertz. Okay. Now we'll consider the next set of questions. Again, specify the Nyquist rate and Nyquist interval for each of the following signals. X of t equal to sinc 200t, and we know sinc function, sinc theta is sine pi x divided by pi x. Sine x, if it is sinc x is sine pi x by pi into x. Okay, so here it is sinc 200t. Therefore, in terms of sine, it is sine 200 pi t divided by 200 pi t. Therefore, omega 1 value it is obtained as 200 pi, or f1 equal to 100. Therefore, the Nyquist rate omega s is equal to 2 omega 1, and that is equal to 400 pi, or fs equal to 2 f1 equal to 200 hertz. Okay. Now the next part B is x of t is equal to sinc square 200t. Again, we can write it as sinc square 200t is sine square 200 pi t divided by 200 pi t the whole square, and sine square theta is equal to 1 by 2 into 1 minus cos 2 theta. On expansion, we get it as 1 by 2 into the c 1 by 200 pi t the whole square. It is common for both the terms, and the second term, there we have cos 400 pi t, cos 2 theta. Therefore, omega 1 is equal to 400 pi, or f1 is equal to 200, and the Nyquist rate is therefore omega s equal to 2 omega 1 equal to 800 pi, or fs equal to 2 f1 equal to 400 hertz. Okay. Then next question, x of t is equal to sinc 200t plus sinc square 200t. Again, sinc is expressed in terms of sine. So the first term is sine 200 pi t divided by 200 pi t plus sine square 200 pi t by 200 pi t the whole square. The first term we can leave as such, and the second term sine square theta, it is expanded as 1 by 2 into 1 minus cos 2 theta. Okay, therefore we get the frequencies omega 1 as 400 pi and omega 2 as 200 pi. So the maximum frequency present in the signal x of t is omega max equal to omega 1 equal to 400 pi, or f max equal to 200. Therefore, the Nyquist rate is given by omega s equal to 2 omega max equal to 800 pi, or fs equal to 2 f max equal to 400 hertz. Okay. Now the next question, a continuous time signal x of t is obtained at the output of an ideal low pass filter with cutoff frequency omega c equal to 1000 pi. If instantaneous sampling is performed on x of t, which of the following sampling periods would guarantee that x of t can be recovered from its sampled version using an appropriate low pass filter? Okay, so they have given us 3 different sampling periods, and the cutoff frequency of the filter used is given as omega c equal to 1000 pi, and since x of t is obtained at the output of an ideal low pass filter with cutoff frequency omega c equal to 1000 pi, the maximum frequency present in the signal x of t is omega max equal to 1000 pi, or f max equal to 500 hertz. Therefore, the sampling frequency is given by omega s is greater than or equal to 2 omega max, which is 2000 pi. Okay. Therefore, fs is greater than or equal to 2 f max, which is equal to 1000 hertz. Therefore, Nyquist interval Ts is less than or equal to 1 by 2 f max, which is equal to 1 by 1000, that is 10 raised to minus 3. So the condition is TS sampling period must be less than or equal to 10 raised to minus 3. So when we consider the given question, here this A and C, option A and C satisfies the condition. Okay, next question. Consider the two continuous time sinusoidal signals x1 of t equal to cos 20 pi t, x2 of t equal to cos 100 pi t, which are sampled at a rate fs equal to 40 hertz. Find the corresponding discrete time signals. Okay, here to convert a continuous time sinusoidal signal into a discrete time signal, substitute small t equal to n into ts, where ts is the sampling duration or sampling period. Okay, so the first signal x1 of t at t equal to n ts is x1 of n ts, or in short we represent it as x1 of n, and that is equal to cos 20 pi into n ts, and ts is 1 by 40. So it is cos 2 pi into 10 by 40 into n, and cos pi by 2 n. And second signal x2 of t at t equal to n ts is x2 of n ts. In short we write it as x2 of n, which is cos 100 pi n ts. So it is 102 into 50 pi into n divided by 40. Ts is 1 by 40, so we get it as cos 5 pi by 2 n. And also see, x2 of n is cos 5 pi by 2 n, which can be written as cos 2 pi n plus pi n by 2, which is equal to cos pi n by 2, that is same as x1 of n. That is, when we perform sampling at this rate, both x1 of n and x2 of n are the same. We started with x1 of t and x2 of t, two different signals, but when we performed sampling at the given rate, we obtained the same signal. Okay, the sampled version is the same. Now consider next question. Here you are given x of t, a continuous time signal which is cos 100 pi t. Determine the minimum sampling rate required to avoid aliasing. Suppose the signal is sampled at the rate fs equal to 200 Hz. What is the discrete signal obtained after sampling? Similarly, if it is sampled at a rate fs equal to 75 Hz, what is the signal obtained after sampling? The next question is not needed. Next section, D is not needed. Okay, so x of t is cos 100 pi t. So omega 1 on comparing, it is 100 pi. And therefore the sampling frequency omega s is 2 omega 1, which is 200 pi. Now if the signal is sampled at fs equal to 200 Hz, the discrete signal we are going to get is x of t at t equal to n ts, and it is cos 100 pi n ts. So cos 100 pi into n divided by ts is 1 by 200, and we get it as cos pi by 2n. And when the signal is sampled at a rate fs equal to 75 Hz, the discrete signal is going to be cos 100 pi n ts. Ts is 1 by 75. We get it as cos 4 pi n by 3. Again, this can be expressed as cos 2n pi minus 2 pi n by 3, which is cos 2 pi n by 3.